The moment you decide to grow, change, or chase a bigger dream, life suddenly becomes harder. Opportunities disappear, people doubt you, plans fail, and challenges appear from nowhere. Most people see these moments as signs to quit. They think the universe is telling them that they are on the wrong path. But what if the opposite is true? What if these difficult moments are actually tests? What if the universe is checking whether you are truly ready for the reality you keep asking for? Think about it. Every great transformation begins with pressure. A seed must break open before it becomes a tree. Coal must endure intense heat before it becomes a diamond. In the same way, before your life changes forever, you are often placed in situations that reveal who you really are. The universe does not simply hand over a new reality. It first asks a question. Are you prepared for what you are asking for? And your answer is not given through words. It is given through your actions. Many people pray for success but quit when the work becomes difficult. They ask for strength, but complain when challenges arrive. They want abundance, but continue thinking with a mindset of fear and lack. The universe watches your behavior more than your desires. It pays attention to how you react when things do not go your way, because the person you are becoming is more important than the goal you are chasing. One of the biggest tests comes in the form of uncertainty. Suddenly, you can no longer see the path ahead. The future becomes unclear. You feel lost and confused. This stage is uncomfortable, because the human mind craves certainty. It wants guarantees before taking action. But growth does not happen in certainty. Growth happens when you keep moving forward, even when you cannot see the entire road. The universe wants to know if you can trust the process without immediate proof. Can you continue believing when there is no evidence yet? Can you keep showing up when nobody is applauding you? These moments separate dreamers from achievers. Another common test is isolation. You may notice that some people begin to disappear from your life. Friends become distant. Relationships change. Suddenly, you feel alone. This can be painful because humans naturally seek connection. But sometimes the universe removes distractions so you can hear. It creates space for your next chapter by clearing out what no longer belongs in your life. Many people fail this test because they chase old relationships instead of embracing new growth. They try to hold on to what is leaving rather than preparing for what is coming. Yet every ending creates room for a new beginning. Then comes the test of patience. In today's world, everyone wants instant results. We live in a culture of speed. But the most valuable transformations take time. The universe often delays your reward, not to punish you, but to prepare you. During this waiting period, your faith is tested. Will you continue working toward your goal even when results are invisible? Will you remain committed when progress feels slow? Most people give up just before the breakthrough. They stop digging only inches away from the treasure. They quit because they mistake silence for failure. But sometimes the universe is working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances in ways you cannot yet see. Another powerful test appears through failure. You try something, and it does not work. You give your best effort, and you still fall short. At first, it feels disappointing. But failure is often one of the universe's greatest teachers. It reveals weaknesses, builds resilience, and forces you to grow. Without failure, success would be impossible to sustain. Imagine receiving everything you desire without learning discipline, wisdom, or emotional strength. The very success you wanted could end up destroying you. Failure prepares you to handle future blessings responsibly. It shapes your character and strengthens your mindset. There is also the test of temptation. Right before a major breakthrough, distractions often appear. Old habits return. Comfort zones become more attractive. Easy shortcuts seem tempting. The universe watches to see whether you will remain loyal to your vision or settle for temporary pleasure. This is where many people lose momentum. They trade long-term greatness for short-term comfort. They abandon their future because the present feels difficult. But every time you choose discipline over distraction, you send a powerful message that you are ready for the next level. One of the deepest tests is self-belief. The universe may place you in situations where nobody else believes in you. Your dreams may seem unrealistic to others. People may laugh at your ambitions or question your abilities. In those moments, you face a critical choice. Will you allow external opinions to define your future, or will you trust your own vision? Every successful person eventually reaches a point where they must believe in themselves before anyone else does. Confidence is not built when everything is easy. It is built when you continue moving forward despite doubt, criticism, and fear. The truth is that the universe is not trying to. It is trying to strengthen you. Every obstacle, delay, setback, and challenge carries a lesson. Every test is an opportunity to become the version of yourself capable of living the life you desire. The reality you want requires a different mindset, a different level of discipline, and a different version of you. That version is created through the tests you face today. So if life feels difficult right now, do not assume that you are failing. Do not assume that your dreams are impossible. Instead, ask yourself a different question. What is this experience teaching me? Because the challenges in front of you may not be barriers at all. They may be preparation. They may be proof that something bigger is on the way. The universe often tests people right before their reality changes forever. And those who pass these tests are not the smartest, luckiest, or most talented. They trust when others doubt. They believe when others quit. So stay focused. Stay patient. Stay committed. Your current struggle may be the final test before the life you have been waiting for finally arrives. And when that new reality finally begins to appear, it rarely arrives in the dramatic way most people imagine. Many people expect a sudden miracle, a massive opportunity, or a life-changing event that instantly transforms everything. But often, the shift starts quietly. A new idea enters your mind. A small opportunity appears. You meet the right person at the right time. A door opens where there was once a wall. At first, these changes may seem insignificant, but they are the first signs that your reality is beginning to align with the person you have become. The universe does not only reward your desires, it responds to your transformation. The person who emerges after the tests is no longer the same person who started the journey. They think differently. They act differently. They carry themselves with greater confidence, wisdom, and strength. This is why the process matters so much. If you receive the reward before becoming the right version of yourself, you might not recognize its value or know how to keep it. Every challenge you survived was preparing you for this moment. Every setback taught you something that success alone never could. Every delay forced you to develop patience. Every failure pushed you toward improvement. Every lonely season helped you discover your own inner power. Looking back, you begin to realize that none of those experiences were meaningless. They were all part of a larger design guiding you toward growth. One thing many people never understand is that the universe often removes things before it adds something better. This can feel unfair when it happens. You lose a job, a friendship ends, a relationship falls apart, or a plan you've invested years into suddenly collapses. In the moment, it feels like everything is falling apart. But sometimes, what feels like destruction is actually redirection. The universe can see possibilities that you cannot yet see. It understands that certain chapters must close before new ones can begin. Yet most people resist this process. They cling to the familiar because it feels safe. They spend months or years trying to rebuild doors that were meant to stay closed. Meanwhile, the opportunities meant for them remain unnoticed because they are focused on what they lost rather than what they might gain. Growth requires release. You cannot carry the weight of your old identity into your new future. At some point, you must be willing to let go of what no longer serves you. Another hidden test comes when things finally start going well. Most people assume the difficult tests end once success appears. But that is not always true. Success brings its own challenges. Suddenly, you must manage new responsibilities. You must stay disciplined even when you have more freedom. You must remain humble when others begin to praise you. You must continue learning when it becomes easy to believe you already know enough. The universe watches how you handle progress, just as carefully as it watches how you handle struggle. Some people remain strong during hard times, but lose themselves when success arrives. They become distracted, arrogant, or complacent. They forget the lessons that help them grow. This is why gratitude is so important. Gratitude keeps you grounded. It reminds you of the journey. It helps you appreciate every blessing without taking it for granted. There is also a powerful truth that many overlook. The universe responds to energy. The energy you bring into each day influences the experiences you attract. If you constantly focus on fear, doubt, and negativity, you train your mind to search for more reasons to feel afraid, doubtful, and negative. But when you focus on possibility, growth, and purpose, you begin noticing opportunities that were always there. This does not mean ignoring reality, or pretending challenges do not exist. It means choosing your response. You may not control every situation that happens to you, but you always control the attitude you bring to it. The strongest people are not those who avoid problems. They are the ones who refuse to let problems define them. They understand that their mindset is one of the most powerful tools they possess. Think about the greatest achievements in history. Behind every success story was a period of uncertainty. Behind every victory was a season of struggle. Behind every breakthrough was a moment when giving up seemed easier than continuing. Yet the people who changed their lives made one important decision. They kept moving forward. They refused to allow temporary circumstances to determine their permanent future. They understood that challenges are not signs of failure. They are signs of growth. Every level of life demands a stronger version of you. Every dream requires a higher standard of thinking and action. The universe is constantly inviting you to rise to that standard. Perhaps the most important lesson of all is this. Stop asking why the tests are happening, and start asking who you are becoming because of them.